Welcome back, everyone, to the Audacious Witch channel, where we talk about the magic behind the stock market. Today, we're diving into a stock that's seen better days, a stock that has plunged over 45% from its peak due to fears of AI disruption. We're talking about DUOLingo, the little green owl that teaches you languages. Now, you know me, when I see a good company get clobbered, my investor senses start tingling. So I recently bought some DUOLingo stock, and in this video, I'm going to tell you exactly why I think the market is getting this all wrong. Everyone's buzzing about AI taking over, making language learning free, but I see DUOLingo's future completely differently. Is it just a game? Can AI replace it? And what about the valuation? I'm going to unpack all of it, including why some of the bullish arguments out there are a bit, well, they're definitely bullish. So if you're curious about whether DUOLingo is a smart buy right now, or if it's headed for more pain, stick around. This is going to be a fun one.
A witch will always find ways to shapeshift. Mark my words.
The AI scare and why it's misguided. Let's get right into the biggest reason DUOLingo stock has taken a beating: the fear that AI will make language learning free and completely disrupt their business. On the surface, it makes sense, right? ChatGPT can chat with you in any language, translate, even give you grammar tips. Why pay for DUOLingo? I've learned French myself using DUOLingo, and I totally get it. Learning a language is about repetition, practice, and immersion. And yes, you could probably use AI to learn for free. You could probably even learn chess for free with AI, but here's the kicker: that's not really the point of DUOLingo for most users. From my perspective, DUOLingo is less about being the best academic way to learn a language and more about being a highly engaging, gamified experience. It's like another video game app, except kids can tell their parents, "Oh, I'm learning a new language." So they pay for it. Think about it. People spend their own money on games like Grand Theft Auto 6. Even adults, DUOLingo offers that same addictive, bite-sized engagement. Instead of endlessly scrolling social media, you can pop open DUOLingo, pretend to learn a language, and actually do learn a little bit every time. AI won't give you a structured course, syllabus, a progress tracker, or that satisfying streak that keeps you coming back. That's DUOLingo's genius. It's about engagement, not just raw information delivery. DUOLingo's monopoly and the real market.
But there's something even more important to us here at DUOLingo, and that is education access is everything. Welcome to DuoCon 2025. My name is Luis Fonan, and I am the CEO and co-founder of DUOLingo. Now, I am from Guatemala. This is a public service announcement. That is where Guatemala is. It is right below Mexico. A lot of people talk about education as something that brings equality to different social classes, but I always saw it as the opposite, as something that brings inequality. Because what happens in practice is that people who have a lot of money can buy themselves really good educations, whereas people who don't have very much money, especially in poor countries, barely learn how to read and write, and therefore never make a lot of money. Now, what we wanted to do at DUOLingo when we started it was to give access to education to everyone, regardless of whether they had money. And I'm very proud to say that since we launched 13 years ago, we have made a meaningful difference in access to language education. In most countries in the world, there are more people learning languages on DUOLingo in that country than there are people learning languages across all high schools of that country combined. We have over 130 million people actively learning on DUOLingo, and 90% of them are learning for free. We also have some very committed learners. For example, we have more than 10 million people that have a streak longer than 365, meaning they have been using DUOLingo for the last year straight or longer. Now, DUOLingo is used in every single country in the world. This is a map of the most commonly learned language in each country.
Now, for the hardcore DUOLingo shareholders out there, the bullish points are even grander. They'll argue it's the best school app, the best learning app, that it can replace university education or even disrupt the entire education system and achieve a monopoly. Those are certainly some exciting claims if you own the stock and are trying to hype it up. But let's look at the actual market. DUOLingo offers its full language courses for free. Monetizing through ads and a premium subscription, this model has allowed them to achieve massive scale. According to Statista, it's by far the most downloaded language learning app in 2024. That's a huge lead. The total addressable market for language learning is projected to more than double to $54 billion with a 16.6% annual growth rate. DUOLingo, with its enormous user base, is perfectly positioned to capture this. I believe their revenue should grow at least at the same rate as the market, if not faster, because they're directly disrupting traditional private tutors and expanding into new categories like chess. They are already using AI in their DUOLingo Max tier to create more personalized lessons, almost like a tutor. The more users they have, the more sophisticated that AI will become, leading to better fine-tuning and a more tutor-like experience. Louis Vaughn on DUOLingo CEO believes AI will lead to most teaching being done by computers in the next few decades. I couldn't agree more. This little green owl is becoming a pocket tutor.
Skibbity toilet Riz.
What the Sigma?
Who do you think you are?
Are you Gen Z and struggling to keep up with today's slang? Now introducing Gen Alpha for the geriatric Gen Z. Practice just 5 minutes a day and you'll be fluent in Gen Alpha in no time.
Why is this state?
Nobody said this wasn't going to be hard work.
Just put the fries in the bag, bro.
Plus, track how much you've learned with your DUOLingo score. With consistent lessons and dedication, your score will be through the roof.
Bro hit the gritty so hard, he glitched into the back room.
Let's go! I like your phone case. Is that vintage?
And coming soon, learn Gen Beta.
The moat and the leadership advantage. So what gives DUOLingo its edge, its moat, in this increasingly competitive space? Two things: data and brand. It's widely accepted that the company with the most data will train the best AI. DUOLingo has the largest user base by far, 47.7 million daily active users in Q2 2025, a 40% year-over-year growth. That's significantly above the market's CAGR, meaning they are absolutely taking market share. Paid subscribers hit an all-time high of 10.9 million, a 37% increase. This massive data set with hundreds of thousands of users reports daily allows them to continually improve their AI and their app faster than anyone else. Think about Lily, the AI video chat character in DUOLingo Max.
Ugh, I guess we're doing this. I'm Lily. Duo, how did this get in? Explain yourself. We're here again, and my tarot cards said it was a time for self-reflection. So let's rank all the different versions of me, Lily, and even peep the versions of myself that the world has never seen. I'm judging based on what everyone on the internet does. An instant reaction. Here's the first me you probably ever met, App Lily. It's accurate, effective, and I canonically have no ankles. This is satisfactory.
She learns from every interaction, becoming a better, more personalized tutor because the sheer volume of data from millions of users, no competitor can match that. Then there's the brand. Everyone knows DUOLingo. It's iconic. As long as they don't fall behind, and with their data and AI integration, I don't think they will. They should maintain their lead. This narrative reminds me a bit of early fears that AI would disrupt Google search. Well, that didn't happen, and Google's stock performed quite well. I see a similar story unfolding for DUOLingo. Their current conversion rate of daily active users to paid subscribers is around 23%, and I expect that to slowly climb as their AI-powered premium features become even more compelling. This conversion is vital, as subscription revenue accounts for almost 83% of their total revenue, competition, valuation, and my strategy. Let's talk about the risks. The biggest risk is competition. But as I've argued, I believe AI is a massive tailwind for DUOLingo. Competitors like Babbel and Buddy AI have decent downloads, but DUOLingo's 500 million plus downloads dwarf them, and it boasts a stellar 4.7/5 rating. I believe their data and AI will only widen this gap. Now for the big question, valuation. Even after a 45% drop, DUOLingo still trades at a rich valuation. Analysts expect revenues to grow 36% and 25% in 2025 and 2026, respectively. After that, I think 20 to 25% growth is reasonable. They also have steadily improving net margins, 13% TTM. I believe they'll become more like a SaaS company with high margins, potentially reaching 24% like Zoom or even 30% like Adobe. In a bull case, my base case projects a 77% return, and a bull case, which I think is more likely given their AI innovations, shows a 151% return. That's significant upside. However, there's a flip side. DUOLingo is a consumer-facing company. This means if a recession hits, if consumers are stressed, if people lose their jobs, a premium subscription to a language app might be one of the first things they cut. When that happens, revenue growth could slow and the stock could take another hit. This is why position sizing is incredibly important. Right now, I'm initiating a position, viewing this recent pullback as a good entry point, but as someone who has successfully invested for over 10 years, I've learned to be strategic. We know from other deals like AMD hooking up with OpenAI that some of these massive AI valuations might be at the late stage of a bubble, which means the bubble itself hasn't popped yet. So while I see tremendous long-term potential, I won't be loading up into a massive position just yet. I'll add more if that bubble pops sometime next year and we see an even better buying opportunity. This is a very interesting company, and I remain bullish on its long-term potential due to its data, brand, and AI leadership, but managing risk and being patient is key. What are your thoughts? Are you buying DUOLingo now, or are you waiting for a deeper pullback? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more real talk. See you next time.